Shalom. This is GMS Holland Sit Downs coming back with a lesson. First off and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. This is going to be a comment board answer. Last week we was teaching. Well, I was teaching with the brothers in sign language. You can find that on the GMS Deaf Camp Holland channel, and we was talking to this Elamite, because this Elamite said the book of Enoch is legit, and it's not. So I told him, like, in the book of Enoch it speaks about angels having sex with men, and he said, yeah, that's true. Check out Genesis. It says the sons of God. He says they are angels, but it doesn't say anything about that being angels. And that's this doctrine that's being pushed out there, that is angels, but it's not written anywhere that it's angels. It just says sons of the Most High. No, I'm not gonna go deep into the breakdown. I'm just gonna answer basically what the guy said on the comment board. He said, like, listen, so how then do you explain that there are giant bones in the earth? And I told him, like, listen, man, Genesis chapter 6 is not referring to giant people. So basically we're gonna go into the answer, what it represents to be a giant. That's what we are gonna go into real quick. I'm not gonna make this long, but I'm gonna start off with reading Genesis chapter 6 verse 1. And it came to pass, when man began to multiply upon the face of the earth, and the daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Now they took them wives. Now the scripture speaks about the scripture speaks about in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 about bodies. Certain bodies have their glory. Bodies, every type of body has their glory. A fish's body as a type of glory. A fish can breathe underwater. But then the terrestrial body, which is the earthly body, and the celestial body have their glory also, which is something to, be happy about, something great, something beautiful. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 41. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars, and one star differed from another. Salakia. I have to read one verse above. Salakia for that. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 40. There are also celestial bodies. Now for the Spanish speaking brothers, cielo or cielo in the Spanish, I pronounce it how they pronounce it in the islands. So cielo means heaven. So that's where the word celestial comes from cielo, which is heaven. So there are also heavenly bodies, a body that you will have in the heavens. So there are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, which the word terrestrial comes from the word terra, which the word terra means ground. So bodies of the ground, bodies of the earth. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. So these two bodies are not the same. Both of them have their glory. The glory of the celestial is that it has infinite energy. It doesn't have to sleep. It doesn't become hungry. But then the glory of the terrestrial is that we eat. We taste nice food. You know, we have sex. Celestial bodies don't have sex. Yahushua explained it in the reincarnation, in the regeneration, meaning if you die and your spirit goes to the Heavenly Father, you're not going to have a wife, man. You're not going to have sex. Your spiritual body, your celestial body, which is your heavenly body, doesn't have sex. You know, so the glory of the celestial is one and the glory of the terrestrial is another. You know, with your terrestrial body, you have sex, pleasures, you know, things like that. So going back, because I have a point, Genesis 6:2, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So they took them wives. How does a female become your wife? By having sex with her. Now a celestial body doesn't have sex, and like Yahushua said, when ye die, ye shall be like the angels, having a celestial bodies, because angels have a celestial body, which a celestial body does not have sex. So these sons of the Most High can never be referring to angels, man, because angels don't have sex. You see, these are terrestrial bodies, terrestrial people, meaning earthly people, that were called the sons of the Most High. Just like it says, if we keep the faith, if we keep continuing in this truth, you know, we are called the sons of the Most High. 1 John chapter 3 verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father had bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. Therefore, the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. You see? So, is this referring to angels then? No, it's not. No, it's not, man. We should be called the sons of the Most High. Why? Because we walk in the path. We walk in the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. So back then, you had men that walked after the manner of the Lord, man. They walked in the path of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the chosen lineage. But what happened? They started to mingle with the other nations. They started to mingle with the other people that were not the chosen lineage. You know? So when you have a glass of whiskey, when you have a glass of whiskey and you put ice cubes in it, and the ice cubes melt, the whiskey is being diluted, man. It's being mixed with water. It becomes less strong. Now what happened with the sons of God? Verse 2, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all that they chose. And Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with men, for that he also is flesh. He is flesh, man. So it's referring to fleshly people, not referring to angelic bodies, man. Yet his days shall be in 120 years. Yeah, just like that whiskey, it got diluted because we mixed the sons of the Most High, which is the Israelites that are back in the reincarnation, mixed with the other nations, man. We are that whiskey that got diluted by the ice cubes, man, that melted. So we became less strong, because before we did that, think about Methuselah, think about the men, Terah. They all became around 800, 900, almost 1,000 years old, man. So the Most High brought down our age because basically we diluted, man. We mixed with those with the genes of those weaker nations. Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of the Most High came into the daughters of men, and they bear children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. So the giants, so the sons of the Most High, the chosen lineage, which were men, they had sex with the daughters of men, which is the other nations, and the children, they were like giants, men of renown, mighty men. Because that term giant refers to mighty men, men of renown. For example, Mike Tyson was a giant in the boxing world, man. He was a giant. He was a man of renown. He was a man of status. People looked at him like, damn, this guy, he be knocking people out in the first round, man. I believe the first 7-8 fights of Mike Tyson, nobody came past the first round, man. He knocked them out cold. That's a man of renown. He's a giant in the game. Michael Jordan, so many all the points that he scored, and how great he became in the basketball world. He became a giant in the game, man. That doesn't mean that he's a literal giant. There were giants in the earth of the Hamitic tribes, but Genesis chapter 6 is just not referring to him. You had the Anak, which Anak means long neck, which is funny because Nak sounds like neck, Anak, your neck, man. Anyway, so there were giants in the earth, man, but this Genesis is just not referring to it. It's referring to the sons of the Most High, and they mixed with the daughters of men, and those sons that they received, that they got, became very mighty men and renowned men. They was known among the people. They was known among the nations, because there it is, they mixed with these other nations, and now they basically are connected with those people more than they were before, and now they are being known amongst those people as being the sons, of these people, one of the daughters of man and one of the sons of the Most High. And these men became men of status, man, mighty men. Because when Jake lays down with the soca white woman, that son still has talent, man. He still has talent. Look at Blake Griffin, man. Great basketball player. You got Jake, whose fathers have been laying down with soca white women, and they still had great talent, man. So that's the same thing that happened with these giants, man, with these mighty men of renown. They was men of status. Just like Judas Maccabeus, man. Judas Maccabeus was a man of status also. He got his people great glory and great honor, man. So he was being referred to as a giant. He was not a literal giant, but he was referred to it because he was a mighty man. He was a man of status. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 1. Then his son Judas, called Maccabeus, rose up in his stead, and all his brethren helped him, and so did all they that held with his father, and they fought with cheerfulness the battles of Israel. So he gat his people great honor, and put on a breastplate as a giant, and girt his warlike harness about him, and made his battles, protecting the host with his sword. So he got his people great honor and great fame, man, and great glory, winning all these battles. He was like a giant, man. He was like a giant, a man of status, a man of renown. He was known among the people. He was helping his people out of all the pain, misery, and war that they was in, man. Because the time of the Greek Empire and the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, great atrocities was being committed against the Israelites, man. They was going through harsh times, man. They was going through very harsh times. So Judas, he managed to deal with those problems, man. So he became a mighty man, a man of renown, also known as a giant. So that's what Genesis chapter 6 is referring to, man. That's what Genesis chapter 6 is referring to. Now, if you go into the book of Joshua, when the Israelites went to spy out the land, they did find giants, man, roaming the land. These are tall people, you know. So I'm not saying that there ain't no giants, that there were no giants, because yeah, I saw the bones and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean anything to me. The scriptures refer to these people being tall people. You know, if you look at so that's enough proof for me. But also, if you go to Mount Seir, also known as Petra, you can also see these high gates. I've seen doorposts that you have to jump to reach the handle. You know, and then the people, the apocrypher refers to people being taller and of a greater stature back in the days, man. You know, basically our people have become smaller, man, throughout the years and generations. So people were taller back in the days, man. You know, at least 2 meters, man. Everyone was at least 2 meters, man. You know, and then you had men like King Saul, even taller than that, man. You know, and then you had these long ass Hamites, which, you know, when we teach in Amsterdam, you have certain Hamites, man. They tall as fuck, man. They 2 meter 20. You know, 2 meters 20 centimeters. You know, I don't know how much that is in inches and stuff like that. You know, all the brothers in America, you know, measure it. But hey, tall people, man, tall people. But Genesis chapter 6 is referring to giants being men of status, man of renown, mighty man. So with that, I'm gonna say, call Allah, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kakadash, Shalom to the elect.